A lot of people underestimate the power of good communication, be it in marriage, be it in relationship, and Crossed Line did justice to this particular word, okay, or sentence that I just made now. If this is your first time, please subscribe. So in Crossed Line is just all about a particular, let me use the word couples, okay? They have Bob and they have Jennifer. They are both madly in love with each other, but one of the things they fail to understand is that sometimes when you think things are not working right for you, communicate properly. So it's more like Jennifer does not really trust Bob, and it's because of how he feels that he can just do certain things and get away with it, okay? So most times Bob is always on the phone. He discusses with his ex-girlfriend most of the time, and this drives Jennifer very, very crazy. So on this fateful day, they went shopping for fruit, and Bob, as always, was talking with this particular lady, and after the conversation, the lady said, "I love you." The phone was on loudspeaker, but then Bob refused to reply. Of course, the wife was like, "Why can't you?" Initially, he didn't want to answer the call, but the wife was like, "If you don't pick up the call, I'm going to answer that." Meanwhile, before I continue, they have this apartment, this beautiful building, but it's more like the wife owns the land while Bob owns the building. Like, she bought the land in her name while the man decided to build on the land. That was what saved them on the long run. So this kept happening, and one day Jennifer is a working class lady. She's super talented. So she came up and told the husband that she has a business trip to go for. And then there's this particular guy, Austin. The husband has a lot of problem with this particular guy because he feels insecure around him. He feels that Austin has everything, chisel chest, young looking man, and he has eye on the wife. Even though Jennifer once told Bob that Austin once asked her out, but that was before he realized that Jennifer was actually a married woman, and he stopped. But for Bob thought this was still in progress because of what I said before, poor communication in marriage. So it started happening, and Jennifer went for the trip even when the husband told him no. This made him super angry, and he told her that they are no longer in the marriage, like literally they want to share everything together differently. So Bob ended the marriage. Jennifer was also there. Jennifer said that she is also done, and the issue now is that how would they leave the house? Okay, because the house and the land is both owned by the couple. So Bob asked her to leave. She refused. Jennifer asked him to leave. He refused. So the lawyer came and told them the best thing to do is to sell the land and share the money, but they refused. So along the line, the barrister said, "That means you guys are still both in love." He left. "When you guys are ready to sell the land or sell the house, call me." So the security man, on the other hand, was having issues with his payment because both parties didn't want to pay him. Of course, they're no longer working together. The wife stopped cooking, the husband stopped paying for lights, NEPA bills, and all that. It was actually a very huge thing for both parties, and they were not having it at all. That still boils down to what I'm saying, poor communication. So Jennifer, in her mind, feels that Bob is cheating. Bob, in his mind, feels that Jennifer is cheating with the colleague. Okay, so on this day, of course, Austin was at the gate, and Austin sent the security man to call Jennifer. Jennifer was about leaving the house when Bob found out that she wasn't properly dressed. He walked her back. That's to show that he still cares regardless. Remember, he has already quitted or jilted the relationship and the marriage at this point. So Bob kept waiting for her, and it was taking a long time. He angrily came out and asked the guy to leave, insinuating that for the security men called him and they were worried about why will a car park outside there for so long. Jennifer wasn't having it, and Bob decided to pay her back. The ex-girlfriend called that she was coming all the way from Port Harcourt to Lagos, and Bob volunteered to pick her up from the airport. Not just that, Bob brought her to their matrimonial bed. When the matrimonial room and matrimonial bed, like literally, Jennifer was sleeping in Bob's matrimonial bed. And right inside the house, sorry, not Jennifer, the ex, that's April, okay, the ex-girlfriend, sorry. And Jennifer wasn't having it, okay, but Bob insisted that since the house is them, they are literally neighbors. Can you guys believe that Bob actually told April that Jennifer is just nothing but a neighbor? Of course, Jennifer believes, but April believes, because we all know that most apartments these days, you might have a lot of people living in the same house, but whereas they are all just neighbors. Jennifer was still finding this so difficult to understand, and she overheard morning groaning, screaming coming from the room. And based on her narrative, she felt they were both having sex. She caused chaos. That night, she made it unbearable for them. You guys, make sure you watch this movie. I'm going to be ending this episode so I can quickly make another episode for you. But believe me when I tell you, this particular movie will worth your time, your energy, and everything. Because as it stands now, Jennifer has totally turned into a spy in her home. Watch out for next episode.